have finally found the perfect recipe for a flop-free roosterkoek every single time. First of all, you've got to get the yeast mix right. Never add salt to this process. It kills the yeast, which means no rise. Make sure it's completely dissolved and leave aside for 5 to 10 minutes until foamy. I really find that when making a bread dough, I like to add the wet ingredients a little bit at a time. It really just gives me a little bit more control over the kneading process, and I just find that it doesn't make the dough so tough. Once you kind of have the shaggy dough, you know that you can get in for the good old kneading. Once your dough is ready to prove, make sure that you oil the bowl. This is really important for 2 reasons. The first reason is that your dough can rise up beautifully against the surface without sticking. Second one is that you can slide it out really beautifully and easily, because with a roosterkoek, you really want to keep most of that air in as much as you possibly can. I think what makes a roosterkoek very different to other breads is this step in particular. Sliding it out onto the surface and not knocking it back in. Do not overhandle it. Using a bread cutter or a sharp knife, portion it out into more or less equal sized portions. Don't be afraid to turn them over. They will gradually get darker and have a lovely even crust and fluffy on the inside. You know that they're ready to come off the coals when you knock the bread with your knuckles and it sounds hollow. I would highly recommend eating these as soon as possible. They are simply the best when taken off of the fire and stuffed with your favorite things. Whether that's butter, honey, and a sprinkle of sea salt, or a classic crispy egg sunny side up, streaky bacon, and blistered baby tomatoes. It's absolute bliss. For my best ever roosterkoek recipe, find the details in the caption below and let me know what you think. Happy roosterkoek frying!